Hello and welcome to This is Indie News with Mr. AnderSiN for October 23rd. I am, in fact, Mr. AnderSiN, the devilish indie creator, also known as the Unboxable Indie Advocate. I'm going to tell you what's going on. We're going to show you some site upgrades today, some cool stuff. We're going to turn on our timer to do this show in just 5 minutes. So here we go. The countdown has begun. So, jumping into the new changes, we're going to check out the Kickstarter list. We're going to check out Indie News. So, we'll start off with the Kickstarter list and come back as the Indie News loads. So, here's the Kickstarter list. So, brand new is the Kickstarter list to the menu. Now, it's nothing new we haven't done per se before. Want to know what's new? Well, check this out. When you hit the link to say Fetishism of Tales Volume 1, it takes you to the actual website now. How cool is that? So now instantly gets you to go there. Now, even cooler, and we can't do this for all the ads later, but as we add it to the site, and we'll show you tonight during the news feed, it actually winds up getting added to the redirect links. So as people are first seeing this, they will be taken directly there. It would take just too much effort right now to try to do every link that way, but we don't know. We might get there. We're going to see. We're going to see. So stay tuned for more on that. We're trying that new thing, but that is a brand new feature. So like I said, from now on, when you're going to these lists, if you want to go to a thing and you see it, just do that. And remember, if you're not on your phone, you can always right click and do open the tab, so you can open the multiple ones at once. But they all now go straight to their Kickstarters. All right, so we got that out of the way. The menu, too, just as a heads up, we also changed the name. It's now on Kickstarter, which takes you to it's sort of like the Kickstarter list, but the one difference being the fact that this shows all the videos from the Kickstarter. So you get to see the videos for everything, including the latest Kickstarter talk that's been filmed, and an advertisement for Madeline Holly Rising's book, Why a Dollar is Important, and these are just two, here we go, and videos for the particular Kickstarters. And you can just click by clicking on that. And then we added in the end dates for everything so you guys know what's ending. Like this one has probably ended. Let's see if it's, oh, well, unfortunately, funding wasn't successful, but we will we'll remove it. We're always sad to see something not succeed, but that's all right. I know Bradley will be back. So that's the update there. Now, the news feed is kind of cool. So everything on the news feed is something that's never been on our site before. So if you want to skip anything that might have been reran, just go to Indie News, and this is all the stuff. And let's talk about the stuff we got to talk about today, taken straight from the Yahoo group. The actual checkout, some of the best people in the comics industry talking about comics, brought to us by Catherine. She gave us a live stream from Comic Frontline, which had my friend Michael Watson part of it. So that was pretty cool. We got to put on the Jolly Jane Gets Pizza in Gotham. This was taken from this weekend as our coverage of the signing of Jolly Jane by Jeffrey Kaufman and Russ Rollins was going on. We brought you the video. Check it out. Very insightful stuff. We got asked by James Raven to share this around, and so we did. Check out what he's got on Amazon right now. It's kind of cool and kind of worth the time. Indie Comic Book Spotlight, The Offspring, #1. Catherine gives us our thoughts on this new comic. Conceptual Heights continues its investigation. Check out what's going on this week in this amazing webcomic, also found on Patreon. Lose Your Head on Kickstarter. That's right. Tom Hutchinson is giving us a new Kickstarter about a headless former queen. Click the link to find out more. This is, I didn't know this, but Inktober is actually Chicken Month. Well, at least it is for Dan Noakes, as he's bringing the chicken to life. Join Danny as he talks about all things freestyle comics for this week's Short Fuse Talking Comics video. Pretty cool, again, from our group. Dan Noakes presents Monster Truck Chicken to go along with his Chicken Month theme. Madeline Holly Rising has a Boston Metaphysical Society first ever variant cover debuting at LA Comic-Con this weekend. If you guys are in the California area, that's your place to go, which we will be doing the Comic-Con forecast Thursday. Cosmic Casey gives us a taste of things to come. Stay tuned to find out more this Halloween as Casey goes to Kickstarter. Criticisms and Departures. It's a covering of the Comics Geek and Jojin Shadow. That's a piece by Walt, by my friend, and it's his unique take on it. It's William Blatcher. There we go. Okay, so our 5 minutes is up. We'll go over like a minute or two just because we showed you some site upgrades. I want to get everything on here. So yeah, William gave us the his take on what's going on with it. So give it a read. See, I'm personally on the side that we all need to find a middle ground. So I'm hoping we find middle ground, and I think William kind of exposes things that we might want to look at before we join teams blindly. Goth Girl Bloodbath comic that she's back now. Just as because this is new. Anytime a Kickstarter is added to the site, it gets one time on the news program, and this is that time. If you guys want to see what's on Kickstarter, we do a semi-daily show. We call it daily-ish. It is called Now on Kickstarter, so you can check that out. We update it all the time. You guys can see that it's now right here in the video section, so that's pretty cool. It replaces, it's taken over for Kickstarter Last Rites. So, Goth Ghost Girl, Bloodbath Comics, she's back. A comic book about a murdered goth rock star back from the dead because rock and roll can never truly die. Neon Wasteland. Sorry, I got so excited. I love this. This is an augmented comic book. It's an interactive animated comic book and AR app. The psychedelic, post-apocalyptic, augmented reality comic book of the future is here. Part comic, part cartoon. Oh, cyberpunk. I'm excited, man. Seriously, I wish I'd come up with it, but I'm glad I didn't because it looks like a lot of work. But super excited. Can't wait to get my issue. And speaking of getting issues, Fetishism Tales, Barbara the Fetish Babies. We announced the changing of the title. Well, this was always going to be the title. Truth be told, we were trying to get away from Fetish Baby and putting out the Kickstarter this time because we thought we'd actually have trouble. Silly me. Check it out. It's on Kickstarter now. It's a story of sexual bias, and yes, we're experiencing bias by promoting it, including getting comments on this very site that are marked as spam that I read that were very disappointing. It's a story of sexual bias and awareness with a fetish twist. A young woman's coming-of-age story as she journeys through New York City fetish underground. Roddy Piper, the Kilted Avenger, gets in the ring of fandom by backing it today on Indiegogo. All the cool kids are going to Indiegogo. This is my friend and co-creator of Trollgate, Eric Hodson. He was the artist on it. And Dominic Rigo, who I met in New York Comic Con, cool dude, asked me to cover it. I was like, yes, I'm all in. And of course, you guys can check out, this was done today, now on Kickstarter, and advocating upgrades to indie comics. Now, this is where we'll end the show all the time because this is from the 22nd. But just for those who didn't catch it, we're going to go over quickly because we didn't do this yesterday. We actually filmed the pilot episode of The Advocator, which is cool because we found about Neon Wasteland on that, so it's already working. This was Kickstarter talk issue #1, now censored. This is just us trying to figure some stuff out. It was a test of something of this actual thing, so the graphic is wrong. We'll be refilming Kickstarter talk tomorrow, as a matter of fact. And this is Kickstarter issue the proper way. John, what's going on? Actually, John, you'll be happy to see this. We're going to scroll up real quick because we talk about the amazingness that our viewers are talking about. We try to squeeze it in. And here it is, something from your site that we're promoting. This is from Bleeding Fool. There we go. I was trying to remember the site name. Bleeding Fool. So we're promoting it. It's from William. It redirects to their link, and I'm actually going to show because when you show up and you say something, you get treated on my shows. So we're going to show this real quick. It redirects directly to the site by clicking the article. We give you a taste, and then you click here to go to the article. I hate when we have technical difficulties. It's there. I can see it hyperlinking, but for some reason, it's not actually going. So we're gonna have to look at that. Something went wrong with the hyperlink, but that's easy to fix because I know where it is. And where it is, so we actually show you guys because it's super exciting. We found it on our Facebook group right here. So, and this is where we get a lot of the stuff. I know we're going a little long for the news, but it's worth it. It is. I should have put the 5-minute time clock on again. Well, we're doing it live. We're promoting. We're happy about it. Oh, damn it. That's what happens when I get excited and I stop paying attention. I'm not looking in the right place. We're supposed to be in the group, and I did the wrong thing. So that's all right. We'll fix that real quick. If only I was paying attention. So I keep looking down. Okay, so here we are. Seriously, this time we're going to do it. All right, so here's from Bleeding Fool. Now we'll get the link, and we'll fix it. So you guys can see it, Bleeding Fool. If you guys don't know what Bleeding Fool is, you might just be a fool. No, I'm kidding. It's a great comic book site. It covers a lot of indies, covers a lot of different ideas, and it's not afraid to take chances and give writers freedom to write about what they want to. That's kind of badass and cool. It's time for you guys to check out Bleeding Fool. All right, so I want to quickly fix that because it's on the news, so let's just make sure that we fix that right now. Okay. So you guys will see some behind the scenes every so often. So doing this stuff's never really like fully easy. There is Indie Comics Showcase 15. Oh, is there? Well, let's go look at that. All right, let's see. That's fixed now. All right, cool. So let's see. Indie Showcase. I'm being told, let's see. Where's Indie Showcase? Where would I find Indie Showcase? Let's see. Here it is. Indie Comics Showcase 15. Okay, so you guys can check out some of the awesomeness that this is, and I'm going to put it in our comment section right now in our video. There we go. So you guys will be able to check it out. So this is going to be showcasing different books. I've never seen T-Bird and Throttle. That's interesting. I'm assuming that this was who they were. We'll have to see. It looks interesting, though. It instantly grabs my attention. Here's Knuckle Bomb. Not sure what that is, but might be worth the look. Earthbound. Black and White. It's remastered, too. This is black and white as well. Stealing Solo, a Captain's Parody. So that's what's featured this week on it. I would just be careful with the Stealing Solo. You don't want to make the mouse angry. Don't make the mouse angry. But these look awesome, actually. I'm going to come back and check them out on my own. And remember to subscribe to such channels to make sure that you're in the loop. I don't know where you can subscribe, but I'm sure you can. And you can subscribe to our site. But back to the news real quick. Let's see if we're missing anything else I wanted to tell you guys about. The LA Comic-Con we told you about. It's going to be this weekend from the 26th to 28th. We'll feature more people than Madeline Holly Rising as we add them. Leaders of the free world, a new team of superheroes from all over the world, are forced to work together and run their own country. The Few and the Cursed, it's Red vs. Crow in the penultimate part of the Crows and Menelena story, and we're pulling out all the stops. The scientists were added today. I don't know how we hadn't had that edited. That they must escape from a dark experiment. Young geniuses have been thrown into a strange experiment. They'll embark on a wild adventure to escape, but not everyone will make it out. And a Batman 66 episode review book now in Indiegogo. So I'm trying not to cough here. Okay, so John says, I'm hoping to include you in the Fetish Babies for the next one. I would love to be featured on that. I would really appreciate that. Now, me and John are trying to set up an interview for tomorrow. I'd love to take some time and talk to him about Fetish Babies because, you know, it deserves love. It certainly does. But that's the end of our show right now. We're going to stay on Facebook for a little bit of overtime if anyone else has any other questions or comments. But for now, we're going to sign off of our YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of the indie news. And remember to support creators on Kickstarter. Get a PDF from them, and then go to a Comic-Con and buy the book from them directly.